shortlisted winners for this year's Nigeria LNG Rainbow Book Club Book Festival have been hosted in the city of Port Harcourt. Welcoming the artist, the director of Port Harcourt #1 book club, the Rainbow Book Club, Dr. Coco Kalangu, highlighted Port Harcourt's achievement and why Port Harcourt won the World Book Capital in 2015. She also welcomed the guests to a delightful literary festival in Port Harcourt.
The bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is that if we don't take the task of getting Nigerian children to become proficient readers as a matter of national urgency, the price will be paid not only by individuals and families, but by the entire country. That's why the decision of Nigeria LNG to target literary enterprise through the Nigeria Prize for Literature is commendable. And the idea of dedicating a prize to children's storybooks is particularly laudable. At this point, we must thank the General Manager, External Relations and Sustainable Development for commissioning us to organize the hosting of the shortlisted writers in Port Harcourt.
Sponsors of the festival, the Nigerian LNG, talked on the importance of literature in Nigeria. The three authors spoke on their experience as writers.
The Nigerian Population Commission states that more than 50% of Nigerian children undergo one form of abuse or the other. Emotional abuse, physical abuse, and all sorts of abuse. And then I've seen this thing happen around me. When I was growing up in the city of Aba in Abia State, we had a neighbor who was maltreating her house help. And coincidentally, the child's name is Ndidi. Yes, so every morning she will shout, "Ndidi, come and fetch water." This girl keep on fetching water. And I was a teenager then, and I was just wondering, how come the adults around me didn't do anything? Nobody did anything. So I don't know, eventually they moved out from the block of flats where we were living.
We know how very diverse Nigeria is as far as culture goes, multicultural, hundreds of these cultures crisscrossing around the nation, and there's also a lot of interaction among these cultures as well. And most of the times, when we talk about culture or we think about culture, we relegate how children also interact with culture to the background. Most of the time it's just about how adults. So as I said, it was a very brilliant way that he started. He talked about him being Igbo and him having to interact with something in the Yoruba culture. So there's something that literature does. And that's why I feel children's literature is also very important as well.
There's a quote I really like, which is why I want everyone in the audience to be engaged. It says that if a children's story is only good enough for children, it's not a good story at all. Every story has a lesson, and as Mr. Uche has said, it was a book on trust, exploring faith, and exploring everything that comes with the fears of strangers. Intangibles are very hard to explain, even to adults, but when someone can write a book and teach intangibles to children, then best believe that's a great book to read.
So Priya Jaja from the Signature Hotels venue of this year's host.